Guys, welcome to Fendura Videos. This is me down on the range on a slightly warmer day than it has been lately with my Brock & Norris 6mm 284 KRG stock with a Sassen barrel and a Hawk's Iron winder on top. I use that in conjunction with my Starlight Archer and my PBIRL. Great night vision, long distance foxing outfit. Just taking a couple of shots through it, make sure it's on zero ready for tonight. The bonnet was a bit flexible, so I actually put it on top of the roof and took a couple of shots off the roof a little bit later on, and it was spot on. Whilst I was there, I met up with a friend of mine who decided that he wanted to have a look at his rifles, and I said he was quite welcome to join me. So this is Steve. Steve came along and he was shooting his Hainel in 243. He was shooting Federal ammunition, which is available at Shooting Sports UK. It wasn't too bad. We got the rifle bore sighted, and we got him to take a couple of shots. It wasn't too far off, but I did notice that as he was zeroing the rifle, he was a little bit unsteady, and his hand was on the forend there, his left hand, and he couldn't quite get himself comfortable, so he was messing with the bipod. Not quite comfortable on the gun. He was not using the bag to its full potential, so I decided to just stop him and just say, listen, there's a couple of ways that we can go around this. And after a couple of minutes, we adjusted everything, and I got him to take his hand off the stock and actually have it on the bag, and he used his hand on the bag to adjust his sight position, and as you can see, that looks a much steadier position to shoot, and he was quite happy with the results. The end three shots actually went through the same hole, so he was pleased with that. He also had this N355 Pulsar night vision thing, which is, in my humble opinion, probably one of the worst night visions that I've ever had to use or zero. You were trying to zero it through a tiny pinprick of a hole, and it was absolutely terrible to work out. Steve had got it on top of his Tikka T3 Lite, I believe it is, in 22-250, and he was shooting the Hornady Precision Hunter through that. We had issues with it. The batteries kept on failing on us, so we had to put them in the car and charge them up. But we were very patient, and we waited patiently to get this all set up for him. It's a one-shot zero apparently, but my goodness me, it is a very archaic night vision unit. But having said that, any night vision unit has got to be a plus if you want to keep covert at night. Steve used it in conjunction with his Hikvision, which is the Hikvision 15mm, which is a cracking night vision spotter thermal. Brilliant bit of kit, game changer. Steve will tell you it's a game changer. Eventually we had to give up on the Pulsar as it was shooting quite low, and we couldn't have enough elevation in it. So we put that away and we decided to get the blackout out for a bit of fun. So I had a couple of 3 shots with it. I love this little rifle. It is absolutely brilliant. It's probably one of the nicest little rifles I've ever had the privilege to shoot. I was really pleased with it. I did a 3-shot group with the Hornady Sub-X 190 grain factory loads, and all 3 of these went pretty much through the same hole, which was, as it always is, absolutely adorable little thing to shoot. It's got a Wildcat moderator on the front of the Spartan bipod, and it's got a little hawk on the top, which is a 1-4x24 objective lens, I believe. Again, I still use this in conjunction with my Starlight Archer. As you can see, it's also got a rail on there, which is where I attach my PBIRL. But yeah, I love it. Pull back the hammer on it, and the trigger on it is as sweet as a nut. Steve in the background there with the binoculars, seeing how we're getting on. I then offered it up to Steve, see if he'd like to have a go with it, and he jumped at the opportunity to have a little shot with it. So we went out and checked mine, made sure that they were all going through the same hole, which they were, which I was quite pleased with. So we went out for a little walk. We made sure the gun was safe, obviously, and as you can see, we kept social distancing rules whilst we did that. So up popped Steve. Now, he's not shot the Bergara before. I hasten to add that I had wiped it down with sanitizer. So Steve is now going to have a little feel of the trigger, see how the trigger feels, and he was quite happy that was okay. He knows that my triggers are normally pretty light, but this one I haven't actually messed with. This is a standard factory Bergara trigger, and it shoots quite nicely. So as you can see, dead easy. Break barrel, pop in a load, close it up. It's very nice, simple. It's almost going back to basics with a rifle. I just love it. It's such a useful little tool as well. And with the Sub-X, they are very accurate out to 75 almost to 100 yards with them. I absolutely love them. A friend of mine has done some reloads for me, which are a little bit quieter, and they really are quiet. I mean, we are talking the same as a 22 LR, that kind of quiet. And Steve was quite surprised. He was just saying to me there that he was absolutely gobsmacked that there was absolutely zero recoil on it. There's zero recoil on it because they're coming out the barrel at around about 1,025, 1,050 feet a second, which is absolutely nothing, but it's a 30 cal. So it's still got a fair bit of thump when it hits the target, especially when you're shooting foxes at 50, 60 yards. You're probably getting somewhere in the region of 900 foot-pound, which is more than enough really to knock over a fox. Steve really enjoyed shooting it. I think it's always nice for other people to play with your rifles and have a variety of rifles to try. It's also a cracking little rifle that he's thinking of considering adding to his armoury. He does quite a lot of foxing, and he thinks it's quite useful because it's a short rifle for around the pens. He's a bit of a part-time gamekeeper. He loves that. Big thumbs up from Steve there. So yeah, he was absolutely thrilled to bits. So what we did, we made sure that the gun was empty. We just took out the empty round there. I always make sure that everything is absolutely safe. We don't want any accidents while we're on the range. And as you can see, the barrel is broken, and we both have a walkout, keeping our distance to see how we get on. We walked down, and we were quite pleased that both of us had actually done very nice groups. We're now going to come up and have a look at a couple of the target boards that we set up. I'm on the bottom left-hand piece of paper, and my 3 shots went through on the bottom right-hand target in the green. There was 3 shots in that little group there, and Steve's were in the black target on the right-hand side. They went okay as well. So yeah, lovely day at the range. Cheers guys, thanks for tuning in. Take care, please click and subscribe.